Hello, beautiful people. How are all of you doing today? Chat, I believe that for some of you guys it is now Christmas. Or about to be. So, for those of you, Merry Christmas. For the others, ha! Sorry, that was rude. Sorry, that was rude. Hello! Oh, chat. Why is time zone auto-modded? What the fuck, man? Huh? Won't get stalled? No, that's a lie? Yeah, it's a lie. But listen, it wouldn't be as a death stream if there wasn't a lie in the title. And so I had to go out of my way to add a lie in order to manifest the Lanyan pre-release today. Otherwise, it wouldn't have happened. Okay, business. Anyways. Wrong category. Fuck! You're right. Fuck, you're right. You're right. Thank you. But, speaking of the OSRS category, I can give you a... Wait, I'll be right back. Ugh. I'm back! So, as I was saying, speaking of the OSRS category, I am now 80 points away from Dragon rank. I'm probably gonna hit it from 25 mil fishing before the end of the stream. And once I've hit that, honestly, I think I'm done with the leagues. I'll keep doing raids when Nick wants to, but knowing him, it's gonna be like once or twice, and that'll be it. So yeah. But, I mean, yeah. 07, yeah. It's a little bit of an 07. Just woke up, thought guys... Wait. That's not guys, that's white guys.
And you still
Guards!
have a special place in my heart.
Get him the fuck out of here. It's almost Dickmas. Hog. Wow. Regardless, thanks for letting me know, I guess. Fucking 07 loser. Sorry. How's your current Mawika build? It got a lot better yesterday, but it's still not amazing. Mainly because my flower and feather are kind of underwhelming. Like, they have the same amount of good rolls as my sands and my circlet. And then my goblet is by far my best piece because it's an off piece that's a 9 roller. What's your Mawika team gonna be? BMX Sitlali once I get her built, but before that, BMX Farina. If I'm going Red Horn, would Crit Circlet be better or attack? What, on Mawika? You should never go attack Circlet on pretty much anyone other than Blizzard Strayer units. Basically, attack Circlet is like worthless if you have Bennett. So unless your attack scaler is played in a team that can't really slot in Bennett well. Wow. I'm skipping both Mawika and Sitlali for child. You are a fucking simp, aren't you? I mean, I respect it. I hope you end up enjoying him as much as you hope you will. As a child simp, I have no regrets. I mean, I'm gonna be honest, if you're a child simp, I think the regrets are all being hoarded by your parents for giving birth to you. Sorry. Sorry! 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 I'm not sorry. Anyways. You're getting the coal for Christmas, Miss. Honestly, I'm not a huge fan of consumerism Christmas. I'd rather not exchange gifts at all. But maybe it's just because I'm a lazy person and I don't like going shopping. Like, I wonder how much of my distaste for Christmas is actually because of I don't like the consumerism aspect, and how much of it is just because I don't like shopping. Online shopping? Okay, listen. I'm gonna be so real with you. Online shopping is still shopping, and I don't like it either. Okay? Like, I'm gonna be so real. I don't like it. Gifts could also be something more thoughtful that doesn't fall under consumerism. Yeah. But, like... that requires being somewhat good at something, you know? Like you know the sort of like drawings that like your 6-year-old kid brings back from school? How would you feel if you received a drawing of that same quality from a 20-year-old? Like, there comes a... there is an age at which it just stops becoming... it stops being cute, you know? So if you're, like, completely worthless and untalented in every aspect... then giving gifts like that is kind of also not good. Because they're not going to like it, but they're going to feel guilty about you having put effort into it. So you're going to put them in a situation where they're uncomfortable because of your gift. Like, that's not what you want to do. My gift to someone shouldn't be an unpleasant feeling, you know? Anyways. In stark contrast to the gift of an unpleasant feeling, let me gift you a pleasant feeling, Chad. The feeling of getting to witness the best part of the stream! Stare! Pound! Zilch! Can be flame. The A can be in the middle. Chad, is this how you write bagel? Hanker 4? I don't know what the fuck hanker means. Instrument heard in many... organ, perhaps? Rounded heap. Error? Like a Christmas wish that just says toys. Vague? Chris of Knives Out. Evans? Provide free of charge. Comes to a close. Ends. guess. Provide free of charge. Rounded mound, perhaps? Womp. I don't know this word. Hanker for. What sort of verb could you use to describe your feelings toward, or like your behavior towards cookies? Crave, perhaps? Okay, it was crave. Huh. I didn't know what the fuck hanker for meant, but now I do. Lions, tigers, bears, oh my, deer, jays, bills, use, buy, bees, please, close, type, gimme, ease, intimate. Use. Close. Close, intimate, perhaps? Tight. Deer? Maybe? Okay. Holy. Okay. Jays. Blue Jays? I wonder if it's blue things or if it's like sports teams animals. Tigers are probably a thing. Gimme. Ease. Bears? You think it's this? Aww. I don't know which one it's not. The last one is probably bees. But I don't know which one it's not. Please. Oh my. Things that precede gods? Oh my god. Please God. No. Things people say twice in a row. Oh my, oh my. Bye bye. No. Wait, maybe. Gimme, gimme? What the fuck would the last one be, though? Please, please? I think this is the right connection, but I don't know what other words people say twice in a row like that. Ease, ease. No. Bees, bee. There's no way. Bears, bears. No. Jays, jay. Bills, bills. Use. Tigers. Ease, ease. Ease, eat, perhaps? Oh shit, we're not one away anymore. Fuck! Fuck. I think it's GG, honestly. Things with two colors? No. This was one away, right? I feel like it should be it, no? Like, why is this wrong? This should be right. Don't you guys agree? Whatever, man. Tigers, use, ease, bees, bills, jays, fleas, lions, bears. Bears, like, withstands? No. Use. Use. Things that are not. Maybe it's homophone bullshit. Use. Use. I. Ease. It is what it is? Perhaps? These. That. Surely it isn't this, right? 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 Surely it isn't this, right? Oh my god, it actually is. What the fuck? Okay. So, the remaining two, we got one away. Both of them. Right? We had Oh My, Please Gimme Bye, one away. And Bears, Lions, Tigers, Jays, one away as well. But we know that it isn't Bills, which means Bills has to be the remaining one. For the connection we have selected right now. Which means these 3 are together with one of these 5. So it's a 1 out of 4, I guess, because I know it's not Bills. Okay, so let's try to think of ways these are connected. These are animals, of course, but none of these are animals, so like that doesn't help. Initially, I thought they'd be like sports teams because of the Jays, but maybe it is sports teams. What about these? Maybe it's like things you say at the end of a dinner date. Like, do you want the bill? Bills, please, gimme, bye. What does oh my have to do with anything here, though? What the fuck does... No. I don't know, dude. I mean, okay, it's a fucking 1 out of 4 anyways. I'm probably not gonna get it. But if I do get it, it would be really funny if it's because of this. I don't know a single one of these songs, by the way. Also, how is this the yellow? What do you mean? What the fuck is this? It's a Wizard of Oz line? Zaj revealed himself to not be a theater kid. Okay, you don't know what it's like to be a theater kid in Quebec, okay? Like, pretty much everything had to be Québécois. Gotta préserver le patrimoine, you know? You wouldn't understand, okay? Anyways, I have no idea how I got this one. I think I've exhausted my luck. It's to make up for the dog shit luck I got on my artifacts today. True. Balls. Nahida. Catalyst released not too long before Nahida, but not in Sumeru. Try Yai. Hazo, perhaps? Yeah. Huh. You and I are both travelers from another world. That our paths have crossed is no accident, but the will of fate. Is that an alloy line? Who the fuck else is from another world? Wait, so there's no one else from another world, right? Am I an idiot? That doesn't make. I guess maybe. Oh! Oh! It's not actually someone from another world. It's someone who's delusional. That makes so much sense. That looks like an umbrella or a mushroom. Is this Shao? It is, okay. Yep. 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 Bald! It's not bald. Character released somewhat recently. Oh boy. Character released in the same patch as this fucking loser. I don't know. Bro, I do not fucking know who was released in that patch. It's a Hunt character. Who the fuck is Hunt? Boo Hill was released before, I know that for sure. Yeah. Face Shao, maybe? No, it's not Wind. March? Maybe? Yeah. I'd like to walk around a bit more. Don't worry, I won't go far. See you tomorrow. What the fuck? Is that also March? No. Who is broody and cringe? It actually was! Let's go!
I'd like to walk around a bit more. Don't worry, I won't go far.
I would not have recognized that voice. Holy fuck. I would not have recognized that voice. Oh no, I don't know who that is. Is that Ho Ho? No. I have no clue. Black Swan? No. I don't know. Violet Sparknado. What? Is that Ting Yuan? What? Okay. Ben! Yeah! Oh, it's a Christmas miracle! It's a Christmas miracle! It's a Christmas miracle! Let's go! Let me...
All good. I mean, Kanish lost to a random NPC. Like, can we talk about that? Can we talk about Kanish losing to some random NPC?
Done the Zenless duel today.
I have things to do today. Have you done the Zenless duel? Brother, yes I did. It's a boba.
Dude.
Time for some hard labor?
It's a Christmas miracle.
I got it in like 3 or 2. I got it in 2. Hello, Zaj. Strongest Dendro, by the way?
Not first try. You should...
Wait, Zaj, I saw a Theory Crafter rank Nikita as a 6 out of 10 pull. What are your thoughts on that? What are your thoughts on that? Sorry, wait, I have to let someone out of, wait, I have to make it off, 1 sec. Not first try? Did I guess the Anton? Okay, 1 sec, wait.
What a fucking loser. Imagine not guessing Ben first. Like, that's fucked up, dude. That's so completely fucked. You know, I wish this this abyss was less cringe. Speaking of cringe abyss, maybe I should do abyss on my free to play. I don't know if I'd be able to 36 though. My Nahida I think is still level 50. Might as well go take a look, though. We done met a roundup yet? No. Not yet. I don't have any build geo characters on this account, so... But Nilo isn't that bad for the Wolf Lord, I guess. I guess. Also, I just gotta check something in case I'm an idiot. Did I miss it, or is it about to happen? Oh, it's about to happen! Chat! 7 days until I have C4 channeling on this account. It's actually gonna be a massive deal. Holy fuck. Maybe I should wait to do Abyss until then. Because it is actually a fucking sizable difference. Are we basically on Lantern Ride? I don't know yet. Ew. Hello! Merry Christmas to you as well. Oh yeah, I forgot how cringe Nilo is for this thing. Oh wait, my Nilo thing expired. Oops.
Yes, you are.
Okay. Ooh, this is gonna be annoying for this team, isn't it? 2023 teams in almost 2025? Shut up. I've played this account like once since 2023, okay? You went fishing on this account but not on your main? Yeah, because I needed the catch on this account but I didn't need it on my main. What do you want me to say, man? Hope your day is going well, Chad and Mr. Strimmer. Yes, sir. Great day, Pog Champ. Okay. That's done. Now we gotta figure out what the fuck we're gonna do here. So... I guess... I guess we just play Nilo on the first side. It's gonna be painful, but it is what it is. And then second side, we need a bow user, so we probably do this. This is kind of an awful build, though. But it'll have to do. I don't have another bow user I could use. Fucking hell, man. Why did I do it twice? Am I an idiot?
Coming was foretold. Dance with me where the eternal oasis. The show's only just begun. Not done yet. At least you're here to watch. Bloom as the flowers in Gurabar.
I'm an... Oh my god, I'm gonna fucking die. I dashed. Why did I decide to scratch my face in the middle of a fucking dangerous chamber? Also, I know I'm not getting this. It's not happening, dude. It's not happening. Man, why can't I have two sing toes? Fuck me, dude. Yeah. Don't really have a way to make two teams that have a bow user on the second side. I guess do something, but like, I don't have Chavez, so I can't fucking use her. Like, what am I gonna do? This shit? Like, ew. This is a C3 Shang Lang and a C0 Fisher. Like, this is not gonna go well. Right in on second side, and what the fuck do I do on the first side? You want me to use a level 40 cookie for Hyper Bloom? You think that's gonna go well? Level her up? I don't want to. Beta official DMC Sucrose second side. See, not only do I not have a golden troop for official, but she's also C0 with a level 80 weapon. And I think Beto's on fucking Unforged, and I don't even know if she has 4 emblem. Like, man. This is what it feels like to be free to play. No, this is like the default Genshin experience for people who play like once every 1 or 2 weeks. Right? This is the true like casual Genshin player experience. Yeah, this is how I feel when I play Star Rail, exactly. Isn't a gun that's played for 4 years but hasn't 36 starred Abyss looks like? No, I mean, I've 36 starred Abyss many, many times on this account. This Abyss is harder than last one. Not much I can do about that. My account, in its current state, I don't think can. I mean, it probably could. If I reset for perfect RNG for Nilo grouping. But that just sounds so unpleasant. I don't care that much about that attack. If only I had the... Wait, no, I do have it. Okay, I'll use this one. That should actually be kind of more helpful. What the fuck did I just do? I don't want to talk about it. My dash. I guess my dash was on cooldown. wrong fucking way. Okay, never mind.
Your coming was foretold. Dance with me. The show's only just begun. I'm not done yet. Curtain falls. The eternal awaits.
That is not what I wanted to do. Fuck me. But yeah, I don't think a minute is enough for the second half. This is with T2 Nahida, yep. Yep, it is. Play a healing bonus circulated on Kokomi. I mean, do you think I'll clear faster if I do that? Because I didn't die there, and I cleared in 2 minutes. Do you think changing to healing bonus is going to help me clear faster? Like, no. It's going to make it even slower, and it's already fucking slow enough, dude. I fucking sacked and proc. Also, yeah, I'm pretty sure I can't even one-rotate these guys. I mean, this is, like, so far from happening. So far from happening. It's not even close. No way Neo clears that slow in Chamber 1. Yeah, I don't know why. I don't know why. I guess a Pyro Aura is fucking with the Bloom generation at the start. Because these guys are, like...
Dance with me. Where the eternal oasis. Be a good audience, moew. The eternal oasis. You are here to watch.
Well, this is a lot faster. I'm still getting fucking Omega staggered, because... Oh, no! That didn't just fucking happen! Yeah. Playing T's without Xingto, man. Holy fuck. Yeah, that was really good RNG. Like, we might be able to gain, like, 10 seconds at most. At most. And I'm pretty sure even a minute 30 won't be enough for this. Bro, I don't want to fucking waste my ult on an enemy that's already dead! Ha ha ha! How much? Yeah, so a rotation is like a fourth of his HP. Yeah, not happening. Never happening. Alright. Well, I give it a shot. This Abyss won't happen. Like, I could 36 star this Abyss before it goes away. If I actually, like, started playing every day and build the characters to, like, the characters that are tailored for this Abyss. Like... I do think that, like, this... or this, maybe? One of these two would probably be able to 36 star. But I'm not building Kugi. I don't give a shit. I can't be bothered, man. I'm not fucking gathering Naku weed on my Taiwan account. I don't care enough. I do not care enough. Is Abyss a good time to do viewer Abyss? You think so? Maybe we should do a viewer Abyss. What do you think, chat? Chat, if you want me to do your Abyss, you were able to 36 star last Abyss, but you're struggling with this one. Say, Omega Lol eating an eggplant in chat right now. I will also accept pod plants. And also, that's not true eating an eggplant. Yeah, these are all acceptable emotes. Alright, Cryptic Nick, send me a DM on Discord. With your account information. I'm Asia, by the way. It's fine. Sure, I'll wanna do bad things, and sure, I'll end up insulting you, your parents, your grandparents, your great-grandparents. But as long as you're okay with that, and a gimmick account, okay, never mind. I take it back. I take it back. I'm not doing a gimmick account. Frick you. Alright, resume the pod plants, Omega Lol eating an eggplants, and that's not true eating an eggplants. If you were able to clear the previous abyss, but are not able to clear this one. Shady_97. Send me a DM on Discord with your account information. We aren't doing the pre-release, sorry. We'll do one viewer of this. Won't get stalled? Yeah, it was true and real. Sent? Alright, Pog. Alright, the 2FA has been sent. Also, let me know what region you are. Check my minus 15k. Lord Lolly. Fine. Ogage business. Putting the Ogage in the business. Going into business selling Ogage. Alright, let's see what we're working with. That is an interesting overworld team. 33 stars, okay. So, is that 2 stars on each chamber, or are we like 3, 2, 1 or something? 3, 3, 0. Let's see. 2, 2, 2, okay. What are we working with? Okay, fairly solid roster. Look at constellations. I see. A bit unfortunate. That's good. Alright. So most likely is gonna be something like this. The village is not built, by the way. Do you mind if I level this? Chat, give me a yep def in chat. Give me a yep def for good luck. Yep def for good luck. Okay, we take those, I guess. Yep def. Omega. Yep, def. Fuck, that's awful. It's fine. Just the main stat is good enough, honestly. This is fine. Ratio's a little off. I guess we could actually stick to this. We're not overcapped. That's fine. Okay. That'll have to do. Be on. Alright. Right. This was a C6 turn lane, right? Yeah. How's our ER? Good enough. Alright. Let's try this. See how it goes. Ooh, good card at the start. You love to see it. I don't want to talk about that. That was just fucked up. They both...
Told. Dance with me for the eternal oasis.
I'll wait until these guys spawn properly.
The show's only just begun. Not done yet. At least you were here to watch. The eternal oasis at long last.
Ooh, we don't talk about that. Oh my god. No. I don't want to talk about that. Just shut up, chat. This was kind of awful. We can definitely do better, but it might still be good enough. Doesn't appear that it is. Oh, I could have been. I didn't realize he did the second one that quickly. It's definitely doable. Definitely doable, but I don't have enough Fiora channeling. I'm too used to having her on Fab in that team, so I thought 220 was enough, but it isn't. So we might as well change that. Oh! That's not it. Fuck. That's pretty bad. That'll be alright, I guess. Generally, the faster one will be Aura, but sometimes it won't be. This? I don't know if Kurt right. $33 defense, Jesus Christ. I'll just use this, I guess. No, I can't do that. This. Alright. Okay. This should be good. I hate this game sometimes.
Your coming was foretold. Dance with me. Be a good audience. Bloom as the flowers in Zuraban. The eternal oasis at long last. At least you were here to watch.
What is he doing all the way over there, man? Huh. This was awful grouping. Okay. I think these enemies are way too cringe. So I think I'll just fucking bring a unit that gives resistance to interruption. And use VV. Like, I think this is actually just the right play. And it makes me sad, okay? Maybe we could use Kirara. Oh, Beto? Beto ERX is... Ugh. Is a Kirara built enough? Maybe. Sure, let's try that. No, you know what? The setups are gonna be cringe. I'm doing this, I don't care. You can't stop me. You can't stop me. There's nothing you can do about it, chat. I'm sorry. This is who I am. At least use Yelan. So, do you know why I changed the team? Were you either watching or listening 30 seconds ago? What is it that I said? Why is it that my clear wasn't that quick? It's because I kept getting interrupted. Does Yelan help with that? No. Anyways, Beto Supremacy. This account doesn't have that much, like, ER in their artifacts. I don't know if I can reach Beto's ER requirements for this. I guess I should have used that anyways, just for the EM buff.
Care for coming was foretold. Dance with me. The eternal oasis. Be a good audience, won't you? I'm not done curling.
I'm going to shoot myself. They are actually ungrouping so much, even Nevilet is fucking struggling with it. Like, how have you ever seen this? Ungrouping this bad? Jesus Christ, man. Fuck, dude! -1 burst, yeah. Whatever. I don't think this is enough time either, but I'll still give it a shot. We're not even gonna one rotate the first wave! Let's try with Kirara then. It's just... The setups are going to be so much more cringe with Kirara, which is what I didn't want to have to bother with. But I guess... man... Right. 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 Kirara won't work. Right. What about Daya? Do they have Daya? Oh, they do. Wait, insane. Okay. Wait, is the resistance to interruption in the Ascension? No. Okay, so we're fine. Do we have any instructor? Yeah, my goat. Just for the first wave. No, this won't be good enough. Because we need the shred. Oh yeah, you're right, I can't use instructor. Well, whatever, I don't really care. I think that was pretty bad RNG for the opening, but whatever.
Your coming was foretold. Dance with me for the eternal oasis. Be a good audience, won't you? I'm not done yet.
This has been very bad.
Oasis at long last.
I don't even fucking have my E for the part where it matters. Why is the damage so low? Like, I feel like something's wrong. The damage should definitely be higher. Than fucking 18k. What am I doing? Am I doing something wrong? Like, I guess it's just that we got the attack buff on Widsith, maybe. Alright, alright. I'll go back to the first team, because that was definitely the best one. We were close enough, honestly. We could have gotten it first try if we realized that the Vishap does the breath attack pretty quickly for the second time, and we made sure to preserve a crystallized shield. fucking tabarnak.
Not done yet. The curtain. The eternal oasis at long last.
Oh, fuck off! This was fucking awful, man. Dude, if only... Cookie's so great on this team. Yeah, Cookie's fucking awful on this team. She feels like dog shit, man. Too bad. Way too awful. Huh. How did I fucking one-rotate these guys the first time, man? Fuck. I hate overload! It's fine. With Sith RNG? There's no Catalyst user in that team. Are you an idiot? Yes, I one-rotate the Bishops with the Chlorine, Fischl, Shangling, ChesseBurgers team because of Widsith RNG. Yes, that great. How insightful. How insightful. Yeah, they grouped well, I guess. Just don't teleport away, please. Okay, he teleported in place, we're vibing. And I'm pretty sure that's not the attack buff. That looks like the EM buff, I think. This is good.
Coming was foretold. Dance with me. The eternal oasis. The show's only just flowers in Gurabard. I'm not done yet.
This is a very good first and second wave.
Eternal oasis at long last. The curtain.
That was really good. Like, actually really good. But let's just get good RNG here and we'll be fine. No! Whatever, I'll just use burst again. Because this guy has to get up anyways. I should have let myself get hit by that. Fuck. That could have been so good. Oh no. That was it if I let myself get hit by that. Ah, shit. Did she just fucking miss her ult? Why did I swap that? Whatever. That should have been it. Dude, it's so hard to fight against the fucking urge to dodge things when you have to intentionally let yourself get hit. Fuck, that was such a good start too. I'm pretty sure that's the attack buff. It might still be good enough, though. Oh. Whatever.
Care for having what we're told. Dance with me. Be a good bloom as the flowers in Gurabad. I'm not done yet. Curtain, the eternal oasis.
Kind of dog shit. $5K, dude. Nice. Yeah, they're just completely refusing to stay grouped. I hate this chamber so much, man. I mean, it's 100% doable, by the way. Like, it has been 2 times that if I didn't fucking play like a fucking stupid fucking idiot with complete brain damage, I would have cleared without much of a problem. That's the attack buff again. Dude! What is it with me and getting the attack buff, man? Why?
Your coming was foretold. Dance with me. We're the eternal oasis. The show's only just bloom as the flowers in Gurabad. I'm not done yet. The eternal oasis at long last.
Why isn't it? Whatever.
We're here to watch.
Oh, it's not even fucking picking them up. Ain't no fucking way. I only hit one of them, that's fine. You guys think I'll see a buff other than the attack buff in my lifetime? Wait, that was actually really fucking good. Is it gonna be enough? I don't know. But it certainly was very good. Okay. Okay. Doesn't look like it's gonna be enough. Okay, maybe. We're gonna be so fucking close, though. Not enough ER. One fucking level. We're 30 Favonius Lance levels away from clearing this, man. Like, fuck. If we had a faster first half, that would have been it. If we didn't fucking get the attack with the buff fucking 3 times in a row. Okay, that's not the attack buff. It's the EM buff. I wonder if we'll ever get the damage buff. Like, obviously, the EM buff is better than nothing, but like, surely I can get the fucking good buff a single fucking time, right? Right? Oh, my Hyper Bloom decided to go to the fucking wall over there instead of on the enemy. For some fucking reason. Sure. Oh my god, we got the HP, the damage buff, chat. Huge. Huge.
You're coming was foretold. Dance with me. For the eternal oasis. Be a good bloom as the flowers in Gurabad. I'm not done yet. The eternal oasis at long last.
This was such a good start, but I got staggered like 6 times in a row and lost all my balls! This is still a great run. It's over. Our grouping was ass. I'm an idiot. I'm an idiot. Why didn't I let myself get hit by the fucking thing, dude? Am I just fucking stupid? Like, do I just have fucking brain damage? Like, Jesus fucking Christ. We don't have enough fucking ER. also gonna be so close again if I let myself get hit! Fuck! I'm so focused on trying to do good rotations that I'm not focusing enough on... Which, by the way, I fucking hate Genshin sometimes. But whatever, it's fine. You know... I should just do this in 2 attempts. Like, this is actually gonna be fucking free if I just slightly change the team for this chamber. So I'll just do that. Like, whatever, man. Oh, we got the attack buff. Amazing. Oh, I only hit one of them. That is fucking unreal, dude. And I got staggered out of my charge attack before I even got the first fucking hit. I hate this. Wait, this is actually really good. Like, it's not a great start, but there is a good... Oh no, no, let me... It disappeared! No shot, it fucking disappeared! It was stuck in the wall, so I didn't hit it? How? Why? Fuck! What the fuck was I even targeting? Did I just, like, not hit him? Like... Come on, be nice, be nice. Oh, he didn't do the right attack. Well, it's over. Not much I can do if I get bad RNG'd. Alright, let's just fucking come back to this chamber later, man. I give up. Let me fucking hold E! Jesus Christ, why did it take like 7 attempts for my hold E to function? The fuck happened there? Whatever, dude. This is really frustrating. Holy shit. Alright. Does Navidad not build? This Navidad doesn't have a good build, but yeah. It is what it is. Oh. I think this will be enough, even without C6 Spindle, right? Yeah, it is. 100%. Fuck, I got hit by that. That's so bad. It doesn't matter. We'll still 3-star. Slow down at the end! I didn't know! Ah! Oh, I can't get a hydro crystallize, man. Oh, okay, whatever, I give up. It just won't happen, man. I'm broken. I'm broken, chat. Okay. No, I'm not fucking making that mistake again. Fuck you. I've learned my lesson, bro. Run away from the fucking chicken. Run away from the fucking chicken! Oh my god. Okay. And she missed. Of course she missed. Run away from the chicken, man! Okay. Fuck that. Come on. Okay. Why did I jump? Am I an idiot? I guess it doesn't matter. I expected it to matter, but it didn't. gonna get it in time. Way too fucking... Oh! Because we didn't do enough damage to it before the thing. Because we got a bad first attack. We just need to not get the fucking snaky attack, this one. I guess that was fine, though. That wasn't that bad, actually. Yeah, that was actually pretty good. Okay, we should be fine then. Why did I fucking swap to Nivided out of anyone? Now I won't have my Witsit buff. Okay. That's fine. Okay. So, we did the last two chambers. Now we just gotta go back to the first one. Oh, fuck me. He teleported away. Okay. They kind of regrouped themselves a little, but I got the fucking attack buff, so it doesn't matter. Yeah. We got the worst possible buff, and Bad grouping RNG. We gotta reset. I mean, technically, I guess we don't have to. We could just... Which buff is this? Attack buff again? Of course. Why would it be anything else? After all.
Careful. Your coming was foretold. Dance with me. The show's only just begun. Not done yet. The eternal oasis at long last.
It's in the fucking wall again? Ain't no fucking way. Whatever, dude. Yeah, that was pretty good. Much nicer start, that's for sure. Sock didn't proc. Might not be good enough without the sock proc. I see, that's why. Okay, then... Said their Yulon is really well built. Alright. Maybe we can try that. Okay, please don't be the fucking attack buff this time. It's the fucking attack buff. Bro, how am I able to, like, reliably get the attack buff? Why couldn't I reliably get any of the other ones, huh?
Your coming was foretold. Dance with me. The show's only just begun.
dog shit grouping. I want to fucking shoot myself in game. This is way too slow. Fucking 15 seconds slower. But I do want to see how this does. Oh, of course my sock didn't fucking proc. Why would my sock proc after all? That would make things too easy. No, oh, I didn't manage. I tried to let myself get hit by it, but I was in Bennett buff, so I didn't get the app. That actually probably could have been it if I got hit by that. That definitely would have been it if I got hit by that. Okay, it's definitely doable then. Fuck, dude. If we didn't get an awful first side. And attack buff? Oh my god, crazy, I got the attack buff again. Who could have seen that one coming? Holy shit.
Care for coming was foretold. Dance with me! For the eternal oasis! Be a good audience, won't you? I'm not done yet. The eternal oasis at long last.
Still not the best, but it was at least like a bit better. And that was well done. That was well done. We're gonna get it, chat. We're gonna get it, chat. We got it! Let's fucking go! We did it! Finally. My god. Told you it was doable, chat. Just need to let yourself get hit while you're outside of Bennett burst during your Bennett burst. Totally normal gameplay. Five reps. And all right. Anyways, let me give you my thoughts on the state of your account and like the things you can do to improve. So okay, you're like pretty much always gonna have a Nivelette side. I think right now the biggest issue oh shit. Thank you for the raid. I thought it was a fucking bot attack, dude. Because the follows started showing up before the raid notifications. I was like, what the fuck is going on? Man, thank you for the 48 months. That's 4 years. Holy. Holy. Aboba, more like Aboben. Time for some hard labor? How can I help? Time for some hard labor? Guards, I saw white guys in there. Thank you. How can I help? Time for some hard labor? How can I help? Chat. Oh, guards. But yeah, Raiders, you are arriving at the perfect moment. Because I've been molding for an hour. But we finally succeeded. This is a viewer abyss. And they had good stuff, but this chamber 1 is just so cringe. It's so cringe in like so many ways, man. These guys fucking over your team building. These guys taking like 30 seconds to fucking spawn their ads, so you're just standing there waiting for them to do something. And then these guys ungrouping themselves all the time. And then these guys fucking flying away the first second you like lightly touch them. And yeah. And then this motherfucker having like actually random attack patterns that wildly change the amount of time it takes you to kill him. Because if he does the breath attack before the like big KO, you can like let yourself get hit by it, and then like go behind him so he does the backward swipe, and then that creates an electro crystal on the ground that you can use to reflect the KO attack. And if that happens, it's like so free. But if it doesn't, you're just standing there like, fuck. I guess I just gotta go through this bullshit again. This is such a bad abyss. I hate it. Alright, thank you for the raid, Nick. But yeah, getting back to what I was saying. The fact that you don't have C2 Cookie hurts your teams a lot. Like, realistically, you want to side with Neuvillette, and you have Shallonen for him, which is also really nice. So you could also use, like, an animal unit. But then your last slot is kind of up in the air. Ideally, you'd want to have Farina for that last slot, but it's fine if you don't. It's just that a lot of the stuff you can put here that's not garbage makes it hard for you to make a good second team. Because, like, in a perfect world, this is your second team. This you could do, like, Fischl, but it's so fake. It's so fake. Fischl in Nevilletti's, especially Nevilletti's where you gotta get a Hydro Crystallize and a Hydro Swirl. Like, it's so fucking fake. But yeah, you could go for, like, defensive utility. You could go Kirara. No, you can't go Kirara. I keep forgetting. Kirara can't work in this team. It's so sad, too, because, like, she'd actually fit kind of well. But, man. Why? Because what element is Sucrose? Animo. What element is Kirara? Dendro. What elements does Shallonen need to have 2 of in the team? Not Dendro or Animo. Yeah, like, I tried it earlier, and I saw the Shallonen, I started attacking, I'm like, why isn't the bar filling up? What am I doing wrong? Oh. But yeah, like, Farina is so strong in the slot that even if you end up getting staggered, the team will still be strong. But if you don't have Farina, your next best option is a defensive option for sure. So you should definitely try to level something like Layla. There's also the fact that, like, your build quality is, like, kind of not the greatest, right? Like, this should definitely be leveled. There's no reason not to level it if it is a character that is entirely carried by the power of his normal attack talent. So you should definitely level that. That should be your first priority, honestly. Like, it's your most resin efficient upgrade right now is... Oh. Yeah, just fucking level this shit. Next is probably going to be leveling this. I've always been more partial to Proto Ember over Ashgrave and Dragonhorn, but if you don't want to use a bunch of catalysts for Proto Ember, Dragonhorn is completely fine. So you can use that. But, like, leveling that is going to be your next most resin efficient thing. And just doing those 2 things is going to, like, significantly affect the ease of clearing this abyss. Like, it's a pretty significant change. Then obviously your artifact quality also isn't the best, so, like, you could get some improvements on that. When it comes to your second side, honestly, really isn't that much to say. Like, you've got your EM main stats. This is good enough. It's really just unfortunate that you don't have C2 Kuki. I'm locked in Marie-José. No, you're not. You shouldn't touch Marie-José until your Neuvillette normal attack is crowned and your weapon is level 90. Then you can go back to Marie-José jail. Yeah, and then honestly, you could consider leveling Lila. if you want to end up going for Citlali, she would fit really well in this team as well. And when it comes to like pull upgrades, the biggest one is Farina. Then both Kazuha and Zhongli would be pretty good. And then, depending on how comfortable you are playing without a healer, Raiden is a pretty sizable upgrade to this team if you can play the team without a healer. Citlali should be pretty good as well, yeah. About as good as Zhongli, true. Maybe even better, I'm not sure. Do you have any recommendations on who to choose for Lantern Ride for this account? Pretty sure it's a Lanyan angle. Lanyan would be much better than Sucrose in this slot. Not more Singso cons. I guess it depends on if you want to go for Citlali / Zhongli. If you're going for Citlali or Zhongli, then you don't really care that much about getting Lanyan. But if not, getting Lanyan is going to be a massive fucking deal. Hoping for Lanyan on an Arlecchino banner, so I might take a Singso-con. I see. So you're planning on getting Arlecchino. How would that change the teams? We're gonna pretend this is Arlecchino. I mean... I'm not sure. Yeah, I guess it's probably just this. And then you can either go for, like, a Farina for this, or you can go this, like I was doing earlier. If you don't want to have to spend pulls to improve the team. Okay, each business. Will that even beat the Papilla without C6 official? It doesn't matter. They've already cleared this Abyss cycle. The next Abyss cycle won't have Papilla. Ah, shit. I ran out of Karambwanji. My AFK fishing has been paused. How much XP am I at? 23,560,000. I am new. Hi, new. I'm Zajef. Nice to meet you. Anyways, thank you very much for lending me your account. I hope you learned a thing or two. I hope it was insightful. Let us go back to my account. And I believe it's time, chat. Let me put a stream marker down. For those of you that aren't, you know, used to being here because you came from the raid, we're about to get into very, very sizable leak territory. So if you want to avoid leaks, thank you for dropping by. Leave a follow. I hope you have a great rest of your day. So yeah. Let's do this. Did I already put a marker? I don't know. Yeah, I did. Okay. I'm not adding Glorb Shinobu. So we're gonna run out of slots just from Glorbs, okay? Alright. Anyways. Hello, beautiful people, and welcome. Hi! To the first 4-star pre-release in a pretty long time. I think the last one... When was the last one, actually? Sethos, maybe? It's been a while. Auroron. Oh, wait, it hasn't been a while. Okay, let's try that again. For Gore, I did one for Auroron. Okay, we try that again. Hello, beautiful people, and welcome. Hi! To the Lanyan pre-release! Now, boy, is this pre-release gonna be something. We've got a bunch to yap about. Lanyan is an Animo Catalyst 4-star character that's going to be coming in the second half of patch 5.3. So she's not going to be on the banners for the new characters. She's going to be on the rerun banners. It's a bit unfortunate for those that already have the characters that are getting a rerun. However, she is going to be, since she's a Leah character, available from the 4-star selector we get from Lantern Right. So, make sure you keep that in the back of your mind. Getting a C0 Lanyan is something you can guarantee for yourself if you want her. In any case, let's get started. So, base HP, 9,244, base attack 251, base defense 580. So, as usual, the base attack without the context of the scaling doesn't matter that much. But, the base HP and the base defense do. So, as we're going to see later, Lanyan is an attack scaling shielder. Which means he's not an on-fielder, so having relatively low defensive stats isn't that big of a deal. However, she does have somewhat long animations, and so it could still be a bit of a problem. But then again, she has the upside of basically jumping in the air during her animations, so it won't necessarily... Her longer animations won't necessarily leave her vulnerable to getting hit, right? It's a lot closer to a Kazuha situation than a Kole situation, both of which being characters that have pretty long animations, but one of them feeling much worse than the other, let's just put it that way. She has an attack percent ascension. So, she's a catalyst, which means she has Animo-infused normal attacks. And the scaling on those normal attacks is pretty ass. It's pretty awful, pretty garbage. It's not, like, outstandingly garbage, but it's pretty bad. As we're going to see later, what she provides is going to give her a decent amount of versatility, so there's going to be a lot of different teams where you can play her. And that's going to include teams that use Animo drivers. Teams like Aggravate with Fischl plus Beto, or Fischl plus Lisa, or I guess Fischl plus Auroron, if you really want, but like, teams like Taser. You'll be able to use her as a driver, and in those situations, having relatively low scaling on your normal attacks isn't really that big of a deal, because you're not really building full attack anyways. And even if you are building full attack, I mean, whether you're building EM or attack, your animo character in those teams isn't doing that big of a portion of your damage. Most of your damage is coming from the rest of your team, and so her relatively low scalings on normal attacks don't really matter too much. They're not something you have to put too much thought into. Next up, elemental skill, Swallow-Wisp Pinion Dance. Summoning forth the Swallow-Wisp Shield, a secret art passed down across generations, Lanyan dashes forward and, upon making contact with her target, will leap back into the air. The Swallow-Wisp Shield's damage absorption scales based on her attack and has 250% absorption efficiency against animo damage. While in midair, due to the effect of her elemental skill, pressing her skill again or pressing normal attack will cause Lanyan to hurl her Feather Moon rings at an opponent, and they will spin between nearby opponents twice upon hit, dealing animo damage. Holding the skill will cause it to behave differently. Hold, enter aiming mode. Basically, you can think of it like a Kazuha skill, but instead of grouping, you get a shield. I think that's the best way to conceptualize it. Shield duration is 12.5 seconds, cooldown is 16. The shield duration in a previous beta iteration used to be like 8 seconds, and they increased it pretty significantly, which is nice. I think a lot of people are going to see this and be like, oh no, she doesn't have 100% uptime, bad shield, dog shit, garbage, get me out. And the thing is, that doesn't really matter that much for an animo unit, right? When you look at a character like Zhongli, for example, you don't really care to swap into him right before your carry. You don't really gain anything from it. And so, a longer shield allows you to swap into him before you swap to your supports, and still have the shield up for your whole carry's uptime. Lanyan, on the other hand, is an animo unit. That means that in almost every team you're going to play with her, you'll be using Vivi. Now, Vivi's duration on the debuff is 10 seconds. Which means that after 10 seconds of uptime on your carry, you're kind of not doing that much damage anymore. In other words, the fact that the shield duration is shorter than the cooldown doesn't matter that much, because you don't really want to stay on your other character much longer than your VV uptime anyways. I guess the best way to like internalize the difference between a shield like Lanyan's and a shield like Zhongli in terms of like uptime is, when it comes to your carry, there won't be a difference, but Zhongli's shield allows you to go to your supports with a shield. So if you have supports with annoying long-ass animations, like the aforementioned Kole, if Lanyan's a shielder on your team, you're gonna feel that shit. Whereas with Zhongli, it's just gonna be trivial to go through your animations. However, obviously, the shield duration is not the only number that matters when it comes to the shield. The strength of the shield also matters. I talked a little bit about shielding versus healing when I did the Citlali pre-release, but I want to just very quickly reiterate a couple points. The numerical values of your shields matters much more than the numerical values of your heals. The reason for that isn't actually because they inherently matter more. It's because of the way that Genshin is balanced, right? Genshin is balanced, and I get, it's kind of the same reason why an attack percent roll is better than a flat attack roll. Is it because attack percent is inherently better than flat attack? No. It's because attack percent is balanced so that with level 90 characters and weapons, you get more attack out of one roll of attack percent than you do out of one roll of flat attack. If one roll of flat attack instead of 20 attack was 100 attack, flat attack would be better than attack percent. Right? The value of these things and how appealing they are is very dependent on the balance. And a similar concept applies to shielding versus healing. In Genshin, heals heal a lot. Healers heal a very, very large amount. When you look at the numbers when like for healers healing, right? The amount they're healing for, outside of a few exceptions of characters that are like barely healing, where the healing isn't actually supposed to be relevant, like Singto and Goro, healers pretty much always full heal your fucking characters, if not overheal them. Because of that, if a healer heals a little bit less than others, so long as it's not significantly less, like fucking Goro's C4, they'll still be healing enough to do their job. Shielders, however, do not have that same balance. Shielders shield a lot less in terms of numerical values than healers heal. Because the way that shielding is balanced is that it's not necessarily trying to completely prevent you from taking damage. And if you were shielding for as much as you're healing, that's pretty much what would happen. So what that means is that when you look at shielders, the numbers on their shields start mattering a lot more. The difference in practice between a shield that's shielding for 20k damage versus a shield that's shielding for 10k damage is very significant. 10k damage is generally enough to survive or to like completely prevent one attack's damage and then mitigate this a second attack's damage. $20k is a lot more. So, how big is Lanyan's shield? And how does that compare to other shielders? So obviously, we can compare it to Zhongli, right? H stat percent flat shield percent absorb percent total is going to be stat times percent plus flat times 1 plus shield percent times 1 plus absorb percent. Absorb percent is going to be 50%. Okay, so Zhongli on a build, like a usual Zhongli build, where you would put him on Favonius with triple HP, should be able to reach a bit above 40k HP for now. Let's round it to 40k. Wait, am I an idiot? Yeah, I am an idiot. With, sorry, double HP plus, like, crit rate main stat should be around 40k. And the reason why I'm not looking at the maximum shield that you could get on Zhongli is going to be the same reason why I won't be looking at the maximum shield you can get on Lanyan, because you shouldn't be using, outside of a very few select teams where you don't care about the energy whatsoever, you shouldn't be using Black Tassel Zhongli with triple HP. You should be using Foul pretty much always. Anyways. Percent is 21.8. Flat is 2506. Shield percent. He is going to be at 30% from TOM, plus maybe 10% average from his. From his passive. Which means that a practical Zhongli shield is generally going to hover between 20 and 25k. In comparison, Lanyan her stat is going to be 251 plus 401 times 1 plus 6.6 times 3 plus 30. Am I an idiot? Plus 50-ish. Yeah. Plus 24 from Ascension, you are right. Percentage is 470. Flat is 2349. Shield percent is 0. And absorb percent is 0. Alright, so a practical Lanyan shield is going to be about half as tanky as a practical Zhongli shield. Now, because of the absorption mechanic that we haven't looked at yet, but I guess we can read it now. When the dash from the skill hits a target, if it interacts with Hydro, Pyro, Cryo, or Electro, so basically, it's an absorption thing. The Swallow-Wisp shield will undergo elemental absorption, with a converted shield absorbing damage from the corresponding element with 250% efficiency. So basically, if you swirl Electro with your skill, you'll get an Electro shield instead of an Anemo shield. So technically this could be 150%, in which case it will be tankier than Zhongli's shield, but that's not a reliable thing. However, this is C0 Lanyan. Obviously, because she's a 4-star, it's a lot easier to get cons on her than on the 5-stars. So, before we even start looking at the burst, or I guess we might as well fucking get the burst out of the way, sure. Lustrous Moonrise. Lanyan creates a Feather Moon Swallow array, pulling in nearby opponents and objects and dealing multiple instances of Anemo damage. Yeah, this is pretty much Hazel's ult. There's not much to say about it. The scaling on it is not insignificant, but it's not amazing either. And then Ascension 4, Elemental Skill and Burst deal increased damage equal to 309% and 774% of Lanyan's EM respectively. That means that looking at exclusively her damage, she will potentially have build paths that involve some EM. But keep in mind that the EM doesn't affect the strength of the shield, and in most situations where you're playing Lanyan, you're playing her because of the shield. So, I'll talk about it a little bit more later on, but it's mostly not all that relevant in my eyes. Anyways, let's talk about her constellation. C1, after triggering elemental absorption, her skill will produce another Feather Moon Ring when they are thrown at opponents. Hog. Skill do more damage, I guess. Cool. C2. While the Swallow-Wisp shield is active, when your active party members' normal attacks deal damage, 40% of the shield's damage absorption will be restored, up to its original maximum damage absorption. This effect can occur once every 2 seconds. That's kind of a big deal, actually. That's actually a very big deal. What that means is that if your shield takes a hit but survives, doing a normal attack will add 5k shielding back. Which is kind of a lot, actually. It has a cooldown of 2 seconds. What that means is that, assuming that you never get hit by more than, like, whatever the max damage absorption of your shield is at a time. Like, if you're not getting hit by attacks that do 20k damage or 2 attacks that do 10k at the same time, as long as your shield is surviving, you can refresh it pretty easily. And the maximum total amount that it can have, assuming you never end up overcapping your shield, is like double Zhongli's shield. However, if you were paying attention when I was talking about healing, you may notice a bit of a similarity here. Lanyan C2 is effectively a healer for her shield. What that means is that most of the time, a lot of that shielding value is going to get wasted. Because you're going to be healing something that's full HP, right? That's why the numbers on it are so high. Because it's going to behave very similarly to how a healer behaves. I think in a lot of situations, people tend to get hit by a bunch of attacks in a row when they get hit. And so I would be careful not to assume that Lanyan's shield at C2 is just gonna be 40k. I think in most cases, you'll get either 0, 1, or 2 refreshes. Or the equivalent of that. Like, if you get a refresh after taking 1k damage, it's not actually a refresh, you know? All of this to say, her shield can be very, very, very strong, but it can also be pretty average. Next up, C3, which I believe is the skill, yeah. C3... There's about a 20% increase to the power of the shield, which is nice. It can be the equivalent of a lot more, right? Because if your shield breaks, your C2 stops doing anything. If your shield survives because of the C3, right? If you get hit by something that does 14,000 damage, or by 2 attacks that do 7k, at C0, you would have lost a shield. At C3, you don't. And then your C2 starts proccing and building it back up. A lot of people are going to compare the way that her C2 works to a character like Toma. And I want to just quickly talk about the main differences between the two. While on the surface they work similarly, I think they're actually wildly different in terms of their practical use in a team. Their main upside. The main upside with Toma's shield is that it's a shield that provides you pretty much unconditional resistance to interruption. The fact that it keeps refreshing even after it gets broken means that you're pretty much always standing there with a shield, which means your incoming attacks will very, very rarely, if ever, hit you while you're unshielded. And when you get hit while you're shielded, you don't get interrupted, no matter how much the attack would have staggered you. The only exception to that is if that attack does multiple hits, because the first hit can break the shield and the second hit is hitting you while you're unshielded. And so the main purpose of using a shielder like Toma in a team is to have a more reliable resistance to interruption. With Lanyan, you don't actually get a more reliable resistance to interruption, because once your shield is broken, you lose that resistance to interruption. But in exchange for that, you get the potential to have a much larger amount of damage mitigated. Anyways. C4. After Lanyan uses her burst, EM of all party members increased by 60. That's fine, I guess. C5 is burst damage. It's okay. And finally, C6 gives her skill one more charge. I don't think it actually matters in most cases. Because it won't really be enough to do 2 skills per rotation. When you look at a character like Lynette, with a 12-second skill cooldown, who has one of the constellations that gives her one more charge. Characters with 10 or 12-second skill cooldown, being given one additional charge on their skill means that you have more flexibility in terms of when you use your skills while still maintaining 2 skills per rotation. Right? Same thing for Yelan, right? Yelan's C1 tends to be fairly significant for a bunch of different teams, because it allows you to get both skills on Yelan without having to swap back to her after 10 seconds. Lanyan, on the other hand, has a cooldown of 16 seconds. What that means is if you do use 2 skills, you won't get 2 skills back until 32 seconds later. Which means it's not actually enough to allow you to use 2 skills per rotation. Does that mean that it's bad? I mean, not necessarily. It means that if your shield gets broken, you can swap back to her, which is nice. But I feel like this is like the worst 4-star C6 we've had in a long time. But yeah, technically this means that she'll synergize a little bit better with characters like Neviled, I guess. Where you could potentially swap back to her every 12.5 seconds and just do 1 skill per rotation. But because right, if you Alright, if you use your skill every 12-ish seconds, right? You'll get 1 skill at 0, 1 at 12, 1 at 24, 1 at 36. And here your remaining cooldown, you're gonna have 1 charge, 16 seconds. So here, you're basically out one charge, 4 seconds cooldown on your second one. Here, 1 charge, 6-second cooldown, or sorry, 8-second cooldown on your second one. Here, 1 charge, 12-second cooldown on your second one. And then at 48, he'll get back to 1. So basically, you can do 5 12-second rotations with her before you run out of skills, right? From the fact that you start with 2, even if they're 16 seconds. Which is nice, I guess, because in most situations, when you're playing Neuvillette after this much, the enemies are just dead. So that's kind of all you need. So it does allow you a little bit more flexibility in that sense, but I don't feel like that's all that necessary to begin with. It's an okay constellation, but looking at like the other C6s for like the good 4-star characters that have been released lately, right? Look at Auron, C6, 30% attack to your carry and a little bit more damage on him. That's kind of nice. Gaming, C6, fucking 80 CV. That's pretty fucking good. I mean, Sethos, that one's also kind of bog. So C6 is obviously really good, right? So compared to those, the C6 is a bit worse, I think. I like that. I'm happy with that. I want the C6s to be bad. I don't like it when new 4-star characters are constellation gated in terms of their value. And so I'm pretty happy with an underwhelming C6. Now, her C2 is not underwhelming. And because, like I said earlier, she's getting released on a rerun banner, and because she's available for Lantern Rite, there's going to be a lot of people that end up getting Lanyan, but that do not have her C2. So, is she bad without her C2? No, not at all. Her C2 is going to make her defensive utility much stronger, but the reality is that even at C0, her defensive utility is still kind of good enough. And she also gets so much value out of the additional things she provides on top of her defensive utility. So, what exactly do I mean by that? What am I fucking yapping about? Why am I? What the fuck are you? What are you saying, Zajef? Are you crazy? Are you Paul crazy? She doesn't give any utility outside of her defensive. Well, she doesn't actually really have anything all that valuable in her kit in and of itself, right? Outside of her shielding, right? Her damage isn't really the greatest. It's not like completely worthless for a defensive unit, but it's a defensive unit's damage, that's for sure. But as it turns out, sometimes, just by virtue of having a specific element and or weapon type, a character becomes much stronger. And that is indeed the case for Lanyan. She's an Animo Catalyst, which means she has access to VV and TTDS. And as it turns out, that's pretty good. Right now, we have other characters that have access to VV and TTDS. We actually have 3 characters like that. You might think 2 characters. It's actually 3. It's just that one of them doesn't give a shit. Obviously, don't play fucking TTDS VV Wanderer. Like, what are you doing? Wait, it's actually 4. I'm an idiot. There's Shanyan as well. Whatever. As I was trying to say, there's 2 relevant ones right now, right? Which are I mean, technically, I guess it's 4. 5? Wait, who's the 5th one? Is there another animal catalyst? Or are you talking about Lanyan? Never mind. But yeah, so when you look at what they provide, right? Hazo doesn't tend to see much play, and Sucrose isn't a particularly popular unit among the casual player base, but she's a very strong unit that definitely sees a decent amount of play in both in the speedrunning community and just as a good unit for people that don't hate her like me. But what is it exactly that makes Sucrose an appealing unit to have? It's a mix of 3 things. Well, I guess it's a bit more than that. But there's obviously the fact that she's an animal catalyst, right? There's the fact that she gives an EM buff. There's the fact that she has a bit of grouping. And the main reason why she sees plays over the other animal alternatives in speedrunning is that her animations are really short. When you're looking at Moalani speedruns, for example, the clears tend to be so fast that just the jump into plunge animation from Kazuha is gonna fucking double your clear time. And that's where Sucrose shines. Lanyan doesn't have those short animations, but she does provide defensive utility. And looking at the other animal options, she's pretty much the only one. Lanyan is our first non-healer defensive utility animal unit. And while healers are nice to have, they don't provide you with resistance to interruption, which tends to be a pretty big deal. There's a lot of characters that are very reliant on resistance to interruption to work properly. Even characters that are less reliant on it very much appreciate having it. There's only a few characters that really don't give a shit about it, namely Raiden, because she already has infinite resistance to interruption, right? But having resistance to interruption is really nice. And on top of that, having resistance to interruption on a defensive unit that is also not only on your team because of her defensive utility, that can justify her slot offensively as well, is really nice. When you look at the sort of value that Zhongli provides to teams, it's pretty much only his shield. He has resistance shred, but 20% resistance shred is not enough by itself to justify a team slot. Characters that are getting most of their value from resistance shred all have more shred than 20%. You look at Shilonen with her 36 plus damage percent buffs with the artifact set. You look at VV, right, as a general rule, 40%. And so, in other words, Lanyan can be considered a more offensive-focused alternative to a character like Zhongli in teams where, obviously, your carry is a swirlable element. And then on top of that, there are even situations where defensively her shield is competitive, if not stronger than Zhongli's shield. With her C2. All in all, right, Lanyan isn't a character with a kit that's all that outstanding. At the end of the day, she's a shielder that doesn't really have relevant off-field application or that much damage. But just because animal characters currently don't provide any real defensive utility outside of healing, just having a character fill that niche is already inherently pretty valuable. And then on top of that, they decided to make her a catalyst, which means she has access to TDDS. And TDDS is a really, really good weapon. Unlike Elegy or Freedom Sworn or Shallonen Signature, it's not a 5-star weapon, which means everyone can have it. It's a free weapon that anyone can have. And so, her having access to it is a pretty big deal. I guess technically, I didn't mention Lynette's taunt when I was talking about animal units having defensive utility. But that's because taunts are fake in Genshin. I don't want to like pretend it doesn't exist, but I will not consider it as a relevant defensive utility. I'm just letting you guys know. Anyways, with all of that out of the way, right? Let's get into the usual pre-release stuff, right? So we have weapons, artifact, sets, artifact, stats, and teams. So, weapons. TTDS, best in slot. Don't use anything else. Don't use anything else. There's an asterisk to that, okay. So obviously, with TDDS, your shield is going to be smaller than if you were using an attack percent catalyst, or a 5-star catalyst, or even a 4-star catalyst, but it's worth it. The 48% attack to your carry is just way too good. It's so good. The one relevant exception to this is when you're playing her in a team that doesn't have an attack scaler that can benefit from TDDS. So, what should you play in those teams? Honestly, this one's a little bit more up to you. Because her damage isn't really all that high, but it's also not completely insignificant, you can kind of choose between going for a damage weapon and just having a bit of a nuke on your burst, I guess, or just trying to min-max your shield, or going for a utility weapon that helps the rest of your team. I'd say that as a general rule, leaning towards utility weapons will probably be your best bet. So I would generally have Fav as the default option for Neuvillette teams and other such non-attack scaling carries. But obviously, if you have Citlali's signature, right, that gives 28% damage, right, that will also be good. Starcaller's Watch. Realistically, it'll be better than Codex, but not worth going for. Like, don't go for this just for Lanyon. Like, please. Begging. Don't go for this at all, honestly. TDDS is too good. But, anyways. And I'm not gonna go through all of the other weapons. I'll just say others. It's It's something you can do, like, if you really want her to deal more damage, you can do that. There's nothing inherently wrong with that, but that's not where she shines. Yeah, technically you can also go Wandering Even Star, but in my eyes, that's just like the others. Even Star is kind of, ugh. Yeah, I guess I should also include Proto Amber. If you're playing a team that doesn't need TTDS, and you're not playing any healers, and you want a little bit of healing, it's also something that you can use, for sure. But, meh. Anyways, artifact sets, VV. I honestly can't think of any team where you wouldn't want to use VV. I guess the main argument would be, what if you use Lanyan in a team where your main damage dealer is not a character that benefits from VV? But my retort to that would be, why the fuck are you playing Lanyan in those teams? Why are you playing Lanyan in a Wanderer team? What are you doing? Why? What? Do you not have Toma? I'm sorry. I mean, okay, realistically, you still can, right? It's still an option. It's still something you can do. If that is what you end up doing, I'd say you're choosing between just more personal damage or or team buff. So, goodness, I'm honestly not entirely sure. Like, maybe Emblem if you want personal. I don't know. It's ugh. I'd probably lean towards Noblesse though. If you really want to play her in a team like this. So I guess Noblesse. You could also use an Atlan set, that's true, but I guess it's fine if you're not using an attack carry. Eh. Whatever. Don't use TOM. She doesn't hit off field, so the buff and both the attack buff and the shield strength buff on TOM are gonna only last 3 seconds, so it's kind of not it. Okay. Artifact stats. Attack, attack, attack. I think this is almost always going to be the case. Technically, you can go for her personal damage. And if you end up playing her in a taser team, you can even use some EM. But going back to the previous question, if your character is there for damage, why is it Lanyan? She's a very straightforward character. She's an attack scaling shielder. Just give her some attack to scale her shield. I'm begging you. And yeah, obviously you don't have to min-max for her shield. You can just play whatever you want. Like, I'm not out here telling you that it's illegal to play suboptimally. But this is pretty much what I would always do. Otherwise, you can go for like your sends over attack sends if you're like on noblesse and you care about getting your burst of rotation, or crit rate sends over or crit rate circlet over attack circlet if you're on fav. But as a general rule, just stick to triple attack. And finally, we have teams. And honestly, there's just too many. Lanyan is going to fit in like so many different cores because there's a lot of teams that want VV, and in pretty much all of those teams, being able to get your defensive unit from the Animo slot instead of a different slot allows you some flexibility in team building, which means that there's going to be at least one viable Lanyan team. So, for example, aggravate teams, Lanyan will be pretty pog. Using Lanyan is going to mean that instead of being forced to get your defensive utility from, like, Kirara or Baiju, if you're looking for defensive utility for your electro carries, you'll still be able to play Nahida. And you're not even going to lose that much damage because at the very least, you're still getting the attack buff from TDDS, and if you have her C4, you even get a bit of an EM buff. What are... So, okay, aggravate. I want to quickly talk about a few specific teams where, like, I have more, I guess, pointed statements to make about her. So the first one is probably going to be Arlecchino. Arlecchino is going to really like Lanyan. Right now, when you look at your team options for Arlecchino, you have very little wiggle room for defensive utility. Arlecchino is a character that can't be healed, which means that defensive utility can potentially matter on her even more. And she's pretty much tied at the hip with Bennett. And so, usually you're looking at, like, Vape, ChesseBurgers, or, like, Monopyro cores. In Monopyro cores, you can use Zhongli as your shield, and that's kind of it. In ChesseBurgers, you don't have a shield option. In Vape, Sing So is damage mitigation, but damage reduction when you can't be healed isn't as good as shielding. Right? Damage reduction can be better than shielding because it doesn't have an upper limit in terms of how much damage you can mitigate, as long as you keep healing through it. But if you can't heal, then it's worse. And then on top of that, Sing So's long burst cooldown doesn't line up well with Arlecchino's ability to potentially go as short as like 16-15 seconds on her rotations. Right? So all in all, looking at defensive options for Arlecchino, it's pretty much only Zhongli. So what sort of teams will you have with this? Well, you'll have maybe something like this. In a team like this, Lanyan wouldn't be an upgrade, because you already have VV. But in pretty much every other alternative, Lanyan would be an upgrade. So, this, Lanyan would be an upgrade. This, Lanyan would be an upgrade. I guess you can look at this, and here Lanyan being an upgrade is a little bit more up in the air because getting swirl setups could potentially be rough. We don't have that much information about her ICD and gauge application, so I'm not entirely sure how the setups would work. I'll have to test it on release. So I'm looking forward to that. Lanian could potentially be an upgrade here. She self-applies animal. Does she? Doesn't say it anywhere, but maybe she does. The hell BB on enemies? Yeah. If she self-applies Animo, it means that you always swirl if you use your skill in Bennett buff. But I'm a little doubtful that's true. Anyways, point being, Lanian's gonna give Arlecchino a lot more options when it comes to her defensive utility. And while Citlali's release will also give Arlecchino more options, Lanian, unlike Citlali, is going to be available for free, like just from the selectable Lantern Rite stuff. So for people with relatively newer accounts, or that are saving for a specific upcoming character, Lanian's release is going to be really nice for Arlecchino. Obviously, this can also apply to other power carries, like Linny, for example, but I don't want to go too much in too much detail for that, because it's pretty straightforward. And then I also want to talk about Neuvillette. So when you look at your available options for defensive utility for Neuvillette, right now, there's a few, right? When you're looking at optimal Neuvillette teams, you pretty much always have Neuvillette for Arena, and then Shredders, right? That's kind of what you're looking for, right? This is the most offensive focused version of it. But a lot of people will do this instead, or this instead. If you're looking for a team that has that defensive utility, right, where you're using Zhongli, or, I mean, technically you could use another shielder, but Zhongli tends to be the one that slots in the best right now. Right? Your best bets are going to be Shilonen or Kazuha for the second slot. If you were instead to use Lanian, your best bet would be Shilonen. How do those two compare, right? Looking at something like this versus Lanian Shilonen. Well, Kazuha and Shilonen pretty much provide more or less the same amount of value. Right? In terms of damage gain. And then Zhongli provides less value than Lanian. He provides less shred, and even in a team where you don't have TTDS's value, Zhongli doesn't have another offensive bonus. You can put him on, like, Petra or Cinder City. But Petra tends to be a massive pain in the ass on Zhongli. And you could use Lanyan on Cinder City as well. Wait, no, you can't. I'm an idiot. No, I'm Cornge. Sorry. But even with Cinder City's buff plus the Shred, it's still less value than Lanyan. On top of that, Lanyan, much like Kazuha, has the ability to get you your third stack if you get hit by an element, which is pretty nice. Now, as far as I understand, her absorption priority is the default one, so it'll only do anything if you get hit by a pyro enemy, but it's still a nice little upside. All in all, Lanyan is going to give you more options for high investment Neuvillette teams with defensive utility. But also, if you're looking at a like relatively new account where you just got Neuvillette, you don't really have other 5-stars, you're just looking for a team to make, a lot of them right now are using Sucrose. Not because Sucrose has great synergy, just because she's VV. And Lanyan is just gonna fill that slot, but better. And then on top of that, you can get her guaranteed for free, whereas Sucrose has no source or Sucrose doesn't have a single way to like obtain her guaranteed. Right, it's only she's gacha exclusive. She's not in the shop. She's not in any event or whatever. And honestly, I don't really want to go through all the teams. Like I said, she's a VV unit that gives you defensive utility. That's gonna pretty much provide you with the same type of value in every team where you can use it. And yeah, honestly, that's pretty much it when it comes to the team. Like, there's just really not all that much to say. But that doesn't mean I'm done yapping. We still have another important thing to talk about, which is how good is she as a whole? Like, how valuable is she to get on an account? And honestly, she's kind of the GOAT. Lanyan is like one of the best 4-stars that Lanyan is one of the best 4-stars that have been released lately. And I actually think that she's relatively competitive with the good 1.0 4-stars. Right? Assuming I'm not like completely misunderstanding a part of her kit, which, like, I mean, I'm hoping isn't the case. She feels a lot like ChesseBurgers to me, where like that's an actual good character we get there. Like that's an actual yeah. And unlike ChesseBurgers, you get most of her value without her constellations. As much as her C2 is really good defensively, I do think that most people will be able to get away without needing it. I will be making a video on Lantern Rite selection before the Lantern Rite starts. So if you're unsure whether to get Lanyan or another character in there, make sure you subscribe because I'll be talking about that in an upcoming video. But if you have most of the other good 4-stars already at C6, she's definitely something you should be considering. She is a pretty strong character, and I'm pretty happy to see that. She fulfills a niche that is currently pretty much empty, and she does it pretty well. All in all, I'm looking forward to her release, and I hope all of you are as well. So that's yeah, that's pretty much gonna be it for today. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you learned a thing or two, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye, YouTube. And chat, I have a Christmas dinner in a few hours, so I think that might be it for the day. Yeah, thank you, Lud. I hope you all have a great Christmas. I hope you have a pleasant time with friends and or family. If you don't, I will be holding it against you. So, this is a threat. You better fucking have a Merry Christmas, bozos. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye-bye. Actually, tomorrow's stream is probably going to be pretty late, because I also have a Christmas brunch tomorrow. I don't know if I'll have time to stream before it, so it's probably going to be after. And if it's too late, I might just not stream at all. So, yeah. Anyways,